Good morning, everybody. Well, Miss Lily, she has heard me take the key off. She knows I'm at her door. It's not exactly early, but I have seen Miss Lily at her door for quite some time now, telling me that she wants to come out. I want to touch a little bit on the subject of the cost of a snake. And I know for anybody, we pay a price when we get something that is out of the ordinary, has multiple genetics in it, that we want it for breeding purposes, and so on. I understand the value and why there is a value on them. But as somebody that just has them in their life as a pet, not for breeding, not for doing anything with them, I would like to say that there are many sitting at the RSPCA that desperately need to go to a good home and be looked after. Now remember, these snakes live a long, long time. But in saying also going to the RSPCA or an animal place where reptiles do get handed in or confiscated from people because they've not been looked after properly a lot of the time too. So you have to take that into consideration and be well aware that when you're going and having a look, to ask the question of where it came from, where they found it, why it was handed in. Now a lot of the time it's handed in because it's got too big and somebody didn't realise that that particular snake, for whatever reason, not doing research as we know and so on, did not realise that this snake was going to get 3 meters, for example. And some of our carpet pythons do get to around 3 meters in size. And I haven't turned the light on, and Lily is kind of hanging down and sticky nosing over here at this particular point. But yeah, ask why, because some of them are also handed in because they were not very nice snakes and not easy to handle, or somebody has got sick of having a snake because it's a commitment. Remember guys, that we will have them for 20 odd years or more, and hopefully when you get your snakes, that is exactly what the go is. It's going to be 20 odd more years that you will have them, and that's exactly, I'm just moving so I can turn the light on for everybody so we might be able to see a little better. But that's what you want. I'm going to get this snake and I'm going to have this snake for 20 odd years in my life, and I'm going to enjoy those 20 odd years that I get with my snake. So think about it in terms of all those snakes that are sitting at the RSPCA that might be only 5 years old, because they can get pretty big at 5 years of age, and they've got a lot of life to live. And I really do not want to see them being euthanized because nobody wants them. Somebody wanted them at some point, and then somebody changed their mind, and that's sad, especially if that snake has been with one person for all those years, because knowing snakes as I've become to know them, I know they get very used to the individual that has been taking care of them. In the case of neglect, of course, that's completely different. Get that snake out of there, get them away from that situation, absolutely, and find them a nice home to go to. And in also saying that, then it's up to the person that gets them in their life to remember what you now are committed to with that snake. And that could be possibly the next whatever years working with that snake completely differently to how I work with Lily. You may only be seeing a snake there and going, that would be something perfect that I want to breed my snake with, but a lot of the times the snakes that are actually handed in are of no real value monetary wise. They are just unwanted. If somebody has something that is a zebra or a jungle jag or, an albino this or that and so on, then as antiques, they don't appear at the RSPCA. Trust me, they are not available. You're going to see actually a lot. Where you go, Miss Lily? Where do you think you're going to go today? Down on the floor? I don't think so. That's a no. Going to see a lot like Lily. Can I put a money value on Lily? No, I definitely cannot. Because as in personality, her temperament, everything about her behaviour is worth millions to me, and not what she actually looks like. She is pretty ordinary looking carpet python. I know she's got jungle in her. Yep. What else is in her? I'm not really 100% sure about, but there's definitely something. So she's a mix of two that were nothing actually very special, but you all know that Lily is very special. She's very clever. She has learnt so many things. She is so compliant and so easygoing. There is no thinking about things with Lily, and that's what puts a value on her. So don't go past the ordinary looking ones, the ones that monetary wise are really of no value. I would so want people to see them differently and see them as a lily when you're looking at them, and not the bandings, the colours, anything, the head stamps, the colour of the eyes. That is so irrelevant when you're getting a snake for a pet. It truly is. These are the types of snakes that you can have that turn out to be the most special and amazing that you will ever have in your life. Take it from somebody that really, in a way, I've been giving, well, not given, but have rescued snakes of no money value at all. Yes, I've got ones here that have a money value to them, absolutely. And in the end, they're no more near as special as what Lily is. So the cost of a snake is, in many ways, unless of course you are a breeder and so on, is irrelevant, is so irrelevant. And I would rather pay for temperament and behaviour than colour and bandings. And that's the honest truth. So those snakes more often than not sitting at an animal shelter, a rescue centre. In our case here in Australia, RSPCAs, none of them, rarely any of them, have been morphed in any way. A lot of them look like Lily. A lot of them are coastals with nothing outstanding. Nothing outstanding. Go and have a look if you're after a pet snake. Take one on, bring them home, take care of them and love them. As I said, get all the information that you need about them. Handle them, spend some time with them there at the rescue centre and so on. Get a feel for them. Just because they're big, in some ways, that can make them great. Because they're already confident, comfortable snakes. A lot of them. And they're happy to be around humans, and if you show them love and you care about them, they could end up being Lily. And that's how I feel. So guys, that's it. Just watching my Lily wanting to come out, wanting to get on with her day. And this is her day. This is what Lily does. She comes to a door, she asks to come out, she comes out. And then she has a little explore sometimes. Sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes she's just eager to get up into her hangout space, curl up, and sleep the day and the night away. The day and the night away, guys. I will not see her until I get up there at midnight or whatever time it is that I decide to go to bed. And I'll give her a little bit of a scoop to let her know, come on, it's time to go home. And she makes her way home. That's what I love about Lily. The routine, the learning. She knows. I know. This is all she wants to do. It's much more exciting, much nicer, probably to her more comfortable to come on out, curl up, go to sleep, than it is staying in that enclosure. That also says another thing to me. Snakes do like out. They can become comfortable out. You've got to provide it for them. Guys, take care. I will talk to you all again real soon. Ciao.